Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? What's new? Is it Thursday? Like I said to Gary earlier, oh my gosh, it's Thursday. Oh my gosh, it's Thursday. I lose the track of time sometimes when I'm down here just working, having fun playing with paint. The first 2 days of the week that I was here, I didn't have any time to play with paint. I got so much fun stuff in, so many new orders. I was marking and putting things out. You guys, the store is totally bursting with beautiful new items that I hope you will come in and see. My goal for 2025, for those of you that follow me that don't live here, is to add more stuff online. It's, everything that you buy online from me, I have to physically go in and take photos, add a description, dimensions, put how much it weighs so that I can figure out postage so it shows up on the website. The paint we did like right away because that was the one thing that people ordered the most. But I need to add like all my cute little birds, all the things that I can easily ship so that I can get them to you guys. Hey, Jansky. Hey, Ronnie. And get them out to you. So that's my goal. I'm setting a goal and having that done, within I don't know, the first 3 months or the next 3 months. Gary Ann and I were talking about that earlier. Okay, Thrifty Thursday transformations. So if you're catching me live, you'll see the live at the top. I'm live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So catch me in one of those. If you want to watch the replay, I'd love for you to watch it on YouTube because that's the one that counts when I get the replays. So Facebook has decided that whenever you do a live video, after 30 days, they will delete it. So if I do a live video and I do something that's super cool and you want to see it, it'll be gone. But that's the reason that I also stream directly onto YouTube, because YouTube, it will never, ever, ever go away. So I may start asking you guys to, instead of watching me on Facebook, hop over on YouTube and just kind of make it a habit, because Facebook's going to delete us. They're going to delete everything we do. Rude. Hey, Belva. How's it going? The weather's warmed up here. Guess what we're working on? And then this damn camera. Okay, focus. I don't know this is a brand new camera. I need to troubleshoot it. Come on, focus. What's it focusing on? Damn it. It's so annoying to me. I have a 4K brand new, there we go, camera. And like whenever I move it to another position, it does that. Stupid. So I have these little corbels. Okay, I have a whole bunch. I have this one, this little set that I had in my, so these are things that I have picked up. These are wooden. These are just decor ones. You can hang it on the wall. I picked them up randomly. I noticed that I have like 20 of them back there. Well, why haven't I painted them? Hi, Lori. Stupid, right? So I quickly added a coat of black. This one, this is what it looked like before. These are really cool. I don't know where I got these. These are nice and big, right? So corbels basically sit on the wall. See, and there we go with the damn focus again. I can't move. Focus. Oh my God. This pisses me off. Why doesn't it focus? Does anybody know how to do that? What's wrong with my camera? It's brand new. It is a 4K auto focus. Well, obviously the auto in focus is not working. So these are those ones you hang up on the wall. These are wood. These are nice. This is the before. And I painted a coat of brown paint on them just to get us so we don't have to sit there and watch me paint. And then I have these that I have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 sets of these. I bought at a yard sale from somebody. And so I painted one brown. I just wanted to see. This one was raw wood. So we're going to do Crackle. I thought Crackle would be so fun on these, right? And I have the most amazing Crackle I've ever used. So, and I have it in stock. This is Crackling Gel by Posh Chalk. These are the people that make Woodgie Bend. And I've never used a Crackle. I've used a lot of them. That works as well as this one does. Okay, I need to. Perfect. So basically what you do is you put a coat, and it's kind of like a gel, like a thick gel substance is the Crackle medium, okay? You put a coat on it, and depending on how thick or thin you go, and I'm just using any brush, a flat brush works better than my 040 Klingons that I love to death for this. This is all water-based too, so it cleans up with water. And so I'm just gonna put a coat on. I painted it the dark brown first because I want the cracks to be dark. I have a white one too, so I want to try it on the white one and see what it looks like when the cracks are the opposite. Put a dark color over the top. So basically, I'm just going to apply a fairly liberal coat onto all these. I'm just going to do one side because that way we can just lay them all out and just dry one side, right? So basically, the thicker you put it on, the bigger your cracks, is what it says. So I'm going to set this one to the side. We're going to do all these at once. And then dry them at once and then paint them at once. So how Crackle works is I put, this is Coffee Bean, this color right here by Dixie Belle, which is a dark brown. I generally lead to dark cracks as opposed to white cracks. I don't know why. I like the dark on the base, and then I put a lighter color on the top. Should I crack down here too? I guess I should, like in this inset. Why not, right? I think the whole thing should be cracked because it's supposed to look old, right? We're trying to make new look old. Hi, Kim. How are you guys all doing? Is it finally spring where you live? Well, for us, it's finally decent. It's still cold at night and in the mornings, but it's actually, like, I went to the dentist earlier and I got in my car and I think it was like 50 something. I was like, hallelujah, finally, right? But it'll probably snow next week. It's Idaho. So we're going to put that on, and this has to dry. So we're going to force dry it here in a second. Let's take one of these. This I used just a black. Can't remember which brand I used. I just pulled one of them. Doesn't matter. It's going to be underneath. So wherever you apply this stuff is where it's going to crack. Crack-a-lacka. Have you ever used Crackle? So I remember when I was like, gosh, back in the 80s when it like Crackle came out. You guys remember that? Crackle in everything I had. Like, oh my gosh, I had to crackle everything. I remember I had this big fireplace mantle and I saw it on some freaking DIY thing. This is before the internet, you guys, for those youngins on here. I know most of us are like not youngins, but if you are, there was a time before the internet when we had to actually watch something on either a TV program or like This Old House or something. Remember that show? That show's still on, and when you watch it, it's painful. We're going to try it over this white and use a different, like not a dark color. We'll use a dark color over the top. But I remember taking my fireplace and crackling the whole thing because it was like the bomb, right? Everybody was doing it. And it was really cool. You can paint over it if it's ugly. I have used it on furniture. I did an entire buffet, china cabinet, table and chairs, white with a black crackle underneath for this gal, a great customer of mine, and she absolutely loved it. It was hard to do on so many pieces, but boy, oh boy, that challenged me. But I wish I would have had this crackle because this crackle is like, it's so good. You guys are gonna love this. So good. I say that and watch it not turn out. We'll put the lid back on. So who's tried Crackle? Let me see. Let me know. Say yay or nay if you've tried it. We're going to have to dry these. So let me have the old heat gun and put them all close together. Let's see what we can do. I mean, you can let it dry naturally or you can force. You've never used it, Jansky? It's fun. It just gives you that element, that extra element. Oh, and you had a ceramic store in the 80s? Really? Ronnie, I didn't know that. So you know what it's like to own a business, yeah?
So much fun, they said. Everybody should do it. Ha ha. So I'm just going to dry it, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. It will dry really, no, it didn't take that long. And it'll be kind of like, not really sticky, but it won't be like it's painted. It's kind of weird. But let's dry it, see how long this takes. And then what happens, the magic happens when you put the paint over the top. And they say not to brush the paint back and forth too much, which I don't know that that's easy to do. Sometimes I brush it like a lot, but this stuff is pretty forgiving and will allow it to really give you the cracks. Now I do have this available. One reason I did this live is because I have all the products in stock. The last YouTube video that I did with the birds on the tiles that are behind me, I'll have to show you guys. I sold out on all the products that I used for it, so I've ordered more, but I was like, okay, I'll make sure that I have this stuff in stock and I can ship if anybody wants to use it. And this stuff will last on your shelf for years, so don't be afraid to buy it if you only have like one project you're going to use it for. But it has to be totally dry, or it's not going to work. I've tried Crackle from other brands, and I mean, it's good, but this one's superb. It's superbly good. Sorry, this takes a hot minute. But the cracks will start to appear immediately. So the color that you want the cracks is the color that you put down first, okay? It's the color that you put down first, the color that you want the cracks to be. So we're going to have black cracks, brown cracks, black cracks, and white cracks. Come on, dry. Getting there, you guys. Sorry about this. If I had a magic wand and could speed this up, I wouldn't be live, right? It'd be recorded, pre-recorded videos. That's a hot heat gun. Don't burn yourself with your heat guns. Blow dryer works, a fan works. A lot of times I just put my big fan down, and when I'm working on pieces, I'll just put them all in front of there because then I can do two or three other things. I don't have to sit here. But of course, when you want something to dry fast, you can never get it to like miraculously dry, right? Just like watching water to boil, right? You want to boil something on the stove and you're like, why hasn't that boiled? What's the saying? Something pot is watch pot or something, I don't know. Never boils. A watch pot never boils. Is that right? Anyhow, so we're going to dry this big one because this big one's going to be, you'll be able to see it even more. But I thought this would be a cool way to like give it a weathered. I should have done one ahead of time and not have to dry all 4 of them at once. Sorry. I thought I was doing good by painting them at least one base color to get ahead. That's what I get for trying to plan. So what's new? What's going on? Back to normal. We've got, what do we got coming up? Saturday, I have a bring your own furniture class. There's a couple spots that are available as of right now. And then the next bring your own furniture class will not be until May 10th. And actually, that's going to be the last one until the fall. So we will skip June and July because, to be honest, people don't show up in the summer because we're all busy. We're all wanting to have fun outside. So that will be that. And then we've got 2 macrame classes up. We will I'll be adding a lot more. I'm going to do a vintage window class. I've got to get out there and count my windows. I might be able to do that one in May too. Maybe we can do that like before Mother's Day. I have a couple events in April, so there's no classes scheduled paint-wise for me in April because I will be doing vintage market days this year, which is a huge event for me. I rented a humongous space this time. I did it in December. And I'm basically just trying to tell people in our community that we have this beautiful store. And so this one's going to be in Boise, and I'm about 20 minutes out of Boise. So I'm taking my trailer and loading it up. It's so much work. Like the whole back room back here, this is what I'm working on. All this crap back here. All these pieces behind me. Those are all going. They're all going to go. See the things on the wall? I painted those. Those aren't going, but I am trying to get ready for that. And it's March this weekend, and the thing is, the beginning of April, like the first week, I got to get like 5 more pieces painted. So my last class that I have to tear apart my back room and seat people in is this weekend. So after that, every time you watch a Thrifty Thursday, this whole back room is going to be full of painted pieces that I've been working on. I try not to pull stuff out of the store when I do a show, because I don't want to disrupt what I've got out there, and then I got to reset everything. I want it to be, you know, not taking away from what's out there, because we will still be open even when I'm at the show. It's a 3-day show. Who's ever done a show? Have you guys ever done like one of those where I love to go to them. Doing them is a whole nother thing. So I generally stand for 8 to 10 hours on concrete and never sit down, because I learned a long time ago that if you sit down, like you go eat lunch or something, because usually you don't get lunch till like 2 or 3, like at one of those events when there's kind of a lull. If you sit down, it is worse, because you will never want to get up again, because you're like, and you relax. So I stand literally for 3 days, and that doesn't include the 2 days before that I'm there at the center at Fairgrounds setting up, or the weeks and months before that I'm prepping for it. So it's exhausting. And for me, it's more about bringing people down to the store. What's the best word of mouth? Me, right? So I will stand there and talk to every person that I possibly can. I'll be handing out coupons. So if you guys are local and you come to Vintage Market Days, I will be handing out coupons for purchase in the store, but you got to come to the store, and it doesn't work online. Okay, you guys, I think I got it pretty much. Sorry for that. Sorry, I do apologize. Let's see if we can get this without getting too, if I go slow, and if I go slow, it won't be so blurry. Okay. I still didn't get like this all the way dry. There we go. Now you can see it right there. Let's move this one out of the way and the black one out of the way. Actually, no, those are pretty dry. I guess I could put them in front of the fan while I'm doing this one. See that way. Oh, I did. I didn't plug it. Hold on. Let me plug this fan. So the crackle is on here. It's pretty much dry. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Jan. It is irritating, but the only way I can dry things is with a fan. I don't have a magic wand that dries it. Lisa, you're opening a booth in your indoor market? Oh my gosh, congratulations. You go. Don't be afraid that your stuff won't sell. And let me tell you, if your stuff doesn't sell, it doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do. It just means that you may have not found the audience that you need, and maybe you need to pivot. Just don't get discouraged. Not all my stuff sells all the time either. Sometimes it's about your staging and how you present it. So just make it very pretty. This is Sawmill Gravy by Dixie Belle. Just make it really pretty and inviting. Make it how you would want it to appear in your own home. I'm assuming, what are you doing? Home decor, crafting, like what do you do? Tell me a little bit, and let me see if I can give you some pointers. So you just put a coat on, and we did do that color down. We did do the crackle down here, didn't we? Let me see if I can get that in those cracks. That's super fun. You know, and make sure you take pictures. I did my first show
that I ever did before I owned a store. I think it was about 10 years ago, 9 years ago. It just came up on my memories. And I need a smaller brush for this holes right here. It came up on my memories on my Facebook or something. And when I look at the things that I did, here we go with the irritating sound again, sorry. When I look at what I did 8-10 years ago as compared to where I am now, it's awesome. So don't forget, can you guys see this? Let me watch. The heat. You can't see it because I'm not showing it. See the cracks? I know it's an irritating sound, but it's a dryer. Take photos, because if it's meant to be and you end up doing this more and more and you're like me, you catch this bug and you become crazy and you open a store, those are so great to see where you were and where you're coming, where you're going. Okay, so fun. Now this will crack the more it dries. It's ever so slight. Whoops, come on. Damn it. Can you see it? See the cracks right here? They're very slight. Thanks, Ronnie. Yeah, it's, turn your volume down, I guess. It is annoying. It's annoying for me too. It's kind of a squealy one. Actually, I found one last night. Somebody else was doing a live and I couldn't even hear theirs. And I thought, well, I'm going to order that one. So the cracks on furniture will be more pronounced than they are on little home decor things. If you let it dry naturally, it actually cracks better than if you force it. Which side did I do the crackle on? So, and it's very ever so slight. I'm going to use the same brush because I don't want to waste one. Okay. Let's see if we can see. And on that one, I put the paint on kind of thin. I'm going to try to glob the paint on more on this, not glob it on, but put it on thicker so the cracks will be more pronounced. It's a little hard, I got to say, to get into these little doodads down here at the same time. You're not supposed to go back and forth over crackle. That's the rule. Let's see if we can get this one to crack. I'm just trying to show you ideas that you can just do to make things look aged. Now I could add texture and we can wax and we can get, you know, more stuff, but oh, you work with vintage glass. Wow. So you make home decor with vintage glass. There's a booth when I do vintage market days. Lisa, you live in the UK or something, right? You're from another country, aren't you? Well, this one's not cracking at all. There it goes. Sometimes when you force things and they're not natural, it doesn't work as well. So I wish maybe that I didn't have to force it because it's not really cracking like I want it to. But it does look cool still. It didn't really crack at all. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Now, it may work tomorrow because I may be forcing this by drying the crackle, drying the paint. You know what I mean? I may be putting too much stress on the product because products don't work when you overwork them. Plain and simple. Kind of like me. I don't work when somebody, you know, is pushing me. So, okay, let's try this one. Let's do the white. Actually, let's do white. And I'm going to do sawmill gravy and white and fluff together. You have a table you painted and clear coated. Do you think I can put on the top on the clear coat and then put dark paint to crackle? So have you, since you've clear coated it, what color is the base that you clear coated over? Let me ask you that, Belva. What color, and this is like a mix of sawmill gravy with fluff together, which is a cream and a white. Belva, what color is your under part of the table? The layer that you clear coated. Is it dark? Is it light? And one thing you can do with Crackle, which is phenomenal. So a lot of times, let's see if we just let this one kind of dry and talk for a second. A lot of times what I will do with a Crackle is I will take a Crackle and I'll put a clear coat down. So I do this on when I have a tissue paper. I would, let's say, let me grab one of these. Which that would be a cool thing to do on these. So if I wanted to, I sometimes like to age like my tissue paper. So in this one that I did in my last YouTube video, if I put, this has a clear coat over the top. If I put Crackle over the top of this, over the clear coat, let's see, how did I do that before? Let me think about it. Clear coat, Crackle. Oh no, okay. And then over the Crackle, instead of painting, I put a clear coat over the top of the Crackle and let it crack. You can't see it. And then you add wax, a dark wax. And what it does is it antiques all of that. So your Belva, your base is light blue. So if you were to put a color, a Crackle, and then a color, it would be the haint blue cracks through the middle. So did you paint your whole piece haint blue? You would have to find something that goes with that light color. You're in Australia. I knew you weren't here, Lisa. So yeah, this one would be a really pretty one to do, like the, so I already got a clear coat. So I would Crackle, then a clear coat, and then you let it dry. And I would let it do it, like I wouldn't force it. Hi, Desi. And then if you put a wax over it, it just gives it little tiny fissures and makes it look super, super old, which now that I think about that, I might do that. Stuff hangs around in my bathroom long enough, I do something else to it. Okay, let's see if we can force dry this a little bit and see if it'll crack. I'm not sure why it's not. I think Crackle sometimes doesn't work when you force it. Oh, it's working now. And these are really small. So on a bigger surfaces, I find myself putting it on thicker. Like if I have a big table or something, I will put it on thicker. The thicker you put it on, the thicker your cracks are. So this is actually working pretty nicely on this one, because the outcome can be with dark wax, it'll settle into the cracks too, right? So this one is starting to work. Can you see it? I don't know if you can. It's so hard to see because they're cracks. Can you see it? I can't really see it. You guys all peering at your phones going, I can't see nothing. There we go. There it is. I can see it now. See, it's so small, but what it does is it really adds to the antiqueness of it, right? The antiqueness. And then we have the white one. What side did I put the, wait a minute. I thought I painted that black. What did I just do? Oh, I painted that white. That's right. Where's the white one? Oh, let's see if we put a dark color over the top of this to see if we can see anything. Let's put like, let me grab a, what color is a bluish over the top, or a green or something that I can So what color would be good? If you had a corbel in your house, what color would you want it to be? Hanging on your wall with white underneath. Anybody? This might not show enough. This would be too light. You almost need a super dark color, right? Let's try this. Let's just see. I can always repaint it. Story of my life, right? I can always repaint it. So let me tell you, I just did this custom for a client. Got it all done. The whole thing. The whole thing. And in my infinite wisdom, sometimes I'm so stupid. She said she wanted the look to like one of these buffets that I had. Okay. But I forgot to look at my custom sheet of paper that I write out with every customer. The base coat of the piece I did was dark gray. She didn't want gray at all. She wanted like a dark blue. Did I read my sheet of paper? I went up and looked at the buffet and went, okay, I did gray. And then it's creamy whites on top. So the gray just showed through, painted the whole thing. Then I went over there and I looked to like call her to tell her it was done. And I looked at the paper and I went, oh my God, how stupid are you? Why didn't you look at this first? She said she wanted everything except the gray, no gray. So guess what? Who started? I painted the whole damn thing over, the whole thing. So lesson learned to look at your paper and do what your people want. Okay, let's try this one. That's the story of my life. Never looking. Oh, you can see the crackle on your 65-inch. Oh, good. That makes me feel better. Oh, that's one good thing about YouTube, Ronnie, right? You can see that stuff like close up and personal. Oh man, that's scary. Watching my face on your TV. Holy hell. Don't have anybody over. You're okay, but man, people are like, who is that crazy broad that's on your TV? My daughter will call me and because my grandson, he's going to be 3 here in a couple weeks. He always says he'll pull up YouTube because he watches all that stuff on YouTube, and he'll say, Grandma, so my YouTube will come on. Grandma TV, Grandma TV. My daughter's like, she is, and then he always wants to call me because he sees me. And then he calls me and we video chat, and then he doesn't want to talk to me. He runs in the other room. I'm like, you little snot. Oh, you can zoom in? Okay, good. Good. Thanks, Lisa. You know, I'm just kind of sitting here looking on my computer, so I can't really tell if you can see it or not. On every device you use, it's going to be totally different, right? Every single device you use, it's going to be totally different. I am ordering a new heat gun that I found last night that doesn't make as much noise. So maybe that will help with the irritating noise eventually, but who knows? But I mean, you've got to dry stuff. There's no magic way to dry something without turning something on. Let's see. This is Collard Greens by Dixie Belle. Let's see if it cracks. Oh, yeah. It was still wet with crackle on the inside, so I didn't paint that. I'll probably end up doing this one over. I will tell you, when I rush this stuff, when I'm doing a live, oh, I love your daughter. Every Thursday, how many years have I been doing Thrifty Thursday? I think 4 or 5 now. And when I miss, I hate it. I absolutely hate when I have to miss it. It's like, it's in me, like routine, right? Routine is key to things. I wish I would do it like 2 or 3 more times a week. And then this one's hardly crackling at all. So I guess it just depends how thick you put it on. I think in a perfect, and then I got too close. See what I just did? I just bubbled all my paint. And I think that's what's happening. This heat gun is making, this one hardly cracked. The heat gun is making it too hot. So it's curing too fast. And I need to let it dry naturally. I know you have, Ronnie. I love you for that. Thank you so much. Yes, you've been a a big supporter of mine for all these years through my different locations and my dilemmas and babies and all that. This one didn't even crack. So I guess the moral to the story is sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I personally think if we waited and didn't force it, we would have better luck. Let's see. What's this? So I have a crackling gel and I have a crackling paste by the same company. Crackling paste, blah, 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 blah. Apply generously after gel. Apply the paste. But this is like a color thing. Like it's a white. Let's try it. I'll not try all the things. I don't have this in stock. This is like a plastery one that you can use. I can order this if anyone wants. This is kind of fun. This is fun to do like on a wall. I am going to be doing, I've decided. Whoa, God, this stuff is hard as a rock already. How long have I had this? See, sometimes products, let's see if it cracks, but then it's going to fill in all my holes. Maybe I don't want to put this on here. Let's play with it. Let's see if it cracks. I'll make them real old looking, right? What the heck? This stuff is drying out though. I got to ask about that because it's, I wonder if I can add some water to it. Actually, let's do it this way. If only my squirt worked. Oh, damn it. Okay. A little bit of water. Don't put yourself on that. Yeah, this stuff is getting all dried out. I wonder if I should keep it like in the fridge or something. Oh, there we go. A little bit of water, get it emulsified again. I always try to save my products. If I've had them for a while and I haven't used them, most of them are water-based, and you can usually get them to redo what they're supposed to do by just adding a little bit of water and mixing. That's Let's just see if we can get some cracks going on here. You know what? I learn with you guys a lot of times just as much. This is how I learn, right? I try it, doesn't work out, I pivot. My word of the year is pivot. My business coach told us all to pick a word. I'm in a coaching group, and mine was pivot. Pivot in my business. Pivot on, you can't keep doing the same thing every day and expect a different result. Isn't that the truth? If you want things to change, you need to change. So I'm trying to learn to pivot in my store, in my everything. Okay, let's see if that does something. Let's try it. Let's see if we can force this one too. I think a lot of it has to do with the forcing of the product, where when you force things to dry, it don't work as good. Because this one works really well. Like I've done big plaster walls and put this stuff on it, and it cracks really, really well. Oh, this one's cracking. But this is like a texture product. Now you could add paint to this, tints that they have available. This didn't turn out too bad. It just made it look older. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that plaster cracking like crazy. So now it looks like, oh, maybe I'll add that on all of them. See? Pivot. Oh wow. This one's cool. Now, if you didn't want it to be a chunky kind of thing, this wouldn't work. If you want it to be a smooth gel, I would use the gel. Hey guys, look at those. Can you see it? Right? That's cool, huh? So that one cracked, and it's still going to crack because it's still not dry. All right, all right, all right. I'm hearing you. Let's do it on these. Wow. If it works, let's do it. Except I really need to work this paste. It's so thick. So the paste is so good. It just needs a little bit of water because it's been sitting in my cart. Ew, what the heck is in my water? That's gross. No wonder my sprayer not working. Yuck. Most of the spray bottles you can't see inside, but that one. There's some floaties in that. I need to empty that out. And that's why my sprayer wasn't working. It's because all those floaty things in there. Oh well. All right, just mix this up so it's just a little more. We can use it thinner instead of so thick. Now, how fun is this? A buildable. I'll order some of this, you guys. This is a crackling paste. Actually, I have some of this out there. It's a different brand. I will photograph it and get it stuck on. It does the same thing. It's the Prima redesigned crackling paste. It's the same thing. I have 4 jars of it right now out there. If anybody wants it, private message me. I will get it added. And I'll send you a link. I'll try to post a link in here so that you guys can see it. So this one, it still has cracks, but not as much as I want. So I'm going to just add this on here. And let's see what we can do. All else fails. Add some texture, right? Because these are supposed to be old. They're not. They're brand new. You know, little pieces of hobby wood that was done. I picked these up, I want to say at a yard sale like 5 years ago, where somebody had all this stuff, and I was like, ooh, I want that. I'm trying to remember where I got them. I'm usually pretty good at remembering where I buy things because it's always a memory for me. Like, you know, I went to so-and-so's house, or I went here and I found it. I remember that because I have like 6 sets of this, pairs, and I was like, where did I buy? Usually, you know, you'll pick up 1 or 2. So I know that I went somewhere. It was either an estate sale and the person had a ton. It might have been that estate sale I went to last year that had, this lady had like multiples of everything. Like so many multiples of things. Okay, so now we just kind of smush that all on there. Let's see. Ah, I got plaster on my head. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna seriously just do that. On my fingers. Did you spritz the water and activate? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. But my spritzer was clogged. Yeah, the crackling paste. It wasn't. That's not actually paint. It's called crackling paste. Lisa, you might see if you have a retailer for Would You Bend over where you are in Australia. They actually are from the UK. Would You Bend? They're worldwide. They have a lot of distributors. It's Posh Chalk by Would You Bend. You might find it local that somebody can get it for you. It's almost like salt wash, yeah, but it's kind of fun because it's more of a plaster look, right? Not so much of a texture, but like a thicker plaster, like somebody painted these 100 years, and you can see it's crackling right when it dries. Oh yeah, I'm using this stuff. But not always do we want this look, right? We don't always want this thick plastery look. So if you want to just do a smoother look, you definitely would want to use the gel and apply it thick and bigger surfaces. If I had like a big, you know, cabinet door or something that I wanted to put the crackle on, it would have a totally different look. This is not a lot of surface that I'm trying to crack. So, wow, this is cool. This is doing it really well. Can you guys see it? And where I put it on thicker, it takes a little bit longer to dry, but it's working.
And actually these corbels we want to look old, so we're gonna make them look just like this. And if it gets too messy on any of it, I'll just sand those parts down. But really, like an old corbel in an old house would have all these layers. Now I could very well go over, if I didn't want this to be white, I could go over it with a wash, like a glaze, and make it brown, and all those cracks would fill in. Or even a paint wash. I took some paint, stuck it with, diluted it with water. We can also wax over the top and give it another look. So there's so many things you can do. You can also add paint. Yes, there are pigments that come with it. They're kind of like, they remind me of like a food coloring. If you added paint, I'm not sure how much it would change the consistency. Would probably have to use a lot of paste, Ronnie. But I do know that they have these little color pigments. They're like little food coloring tubes. So they're more liquid and they are more saturated. So it pretty much changes the color quickly. But yeah, but you can see the more it dries. Can you guys see the crack even from there? Stop that noise.
But this is still not dry. But look, how cool is that, right? So I have the same product. Let me grab one for you, and I'm going to add it to my website. I will add this to the website tomorrow so you guys can order it. It's texture paste. And this is what it looks like. It is by Prima Redesign. It's $14.95. And this is the picture on the back of the container. So yes, it does the same thing. Basically, it's the same thing and they're a different name. Dense permanent clear, which provides antique looking crackling. So this is what I have in stock. I've got 4 of these. If anybody wants to order one, I will add them tonight and then try to update this live with the link, or message me if you want one and I'll give you the link. So what do you guys think? Like, so look at where do I have it? All over my hair, right there. I can feel it on my face. If you're not wearing it, you're not doing it right. Okay, come on. And it all washes off. My nails are always beautiful. My daughter does them. Look at how pretty she did this time. Oops. Focus. But anyhow, this will keep crackling as it dries. And it's so cool. It's really old looking. Perfect for these corbels. Now we'll do this side because this is the before. Right? Pretty, huh? Come on, film. This damn camera is going to drive me to drink. But right? That's cool. They look like they've been taken off an old house, right? They sure do. Yeah, the paint wash would be a great idea to put these on here too. So if I wanted to deepen this even more, this isn't dry all the way, or I would do that. I could add some dark here and there, but it's still wet. So we'll let it dry all the way and we'll just play with it. The thing about these products is don't be afraid to play with them. Don't be afraid to pivot. If what you originally thought was going to work doesn't work, grab something else. Do it again. You know what I always say? What do I always say? It's only paint. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, it's going to be, this is what this will look like. This. Right? This one looked like that before, and now it's got texture and stuff. So I'm going to keep playing with these. These will be for sale when I get them all done. I'll probably take them with me to Vintage Market Days. Focus. So, hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in every week, for supporting my store. Remember, all the products that we use on live videos are basically available on my website, tonatransformations.com. If you don't know where it is, if it's not listed on there, it means I'm out of it. It just won't list it because I can't sell something I don't have. And but if you ever have questions, private message me. I can say, hey, I'm ordering that, or oh my gosh, I don't carry that anymore, or I can't get it because I have to put a $500 order minimum with the company. I mean, it just depends on what it is. Certain companies I have minimums, so I just can't rush out an order because you want one thing. But a lot of times I can get it in, and I generally order paint every single week on Sunday when I'm at home. And so let me know. That's what the private message is for. And it's me. I'm the only one on there. So if you have questions, let me know. My name is Debbie Tona. I am the owner and furniture artist down here at Tona Transformations. We are going on 8 years strong in downtown Nampa. So you guys, what I always say, go out and be fabulous and make it a great day. Go kiss those babies and, give your husband a kiss. Be nice to him if you have to, if he was nice to you. And I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. And